some of the questions, when you listen to the whole interview that I did with
Agree.
Ree,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good to do it that way. Like a lot of times, some of the questions, when you listen to the thing here is, to be totally, here we go, hold on. To be totally transparent with you, it's like the way that you really get people to come out their shell, like the way that one of the leaders that I was under, she would always, I was like, one day she called me on the phone. I think you may even heard the story. We was doing a merit plan then. And she asked me to stand up on the front. You know, it's just like the way I want you to like you'll hear Ree, because everything she said is in your head.
Right.
No matter what, just do it. Like when Sabrina started, like when we went up to the cabin, I said, one night I said, Sabrina, I need you to do some training. And she says, what you need me to train on? I said, what you feel like training on? And she came up there, she did what she, and like at the end of the day, the universe or God will give you what you'll need to hear or say to the people that's listening, no matter what. So you got to look at that. Just take yourself, you take me out of myself and use me to the point that somebody
Get
else.
uncomfortable.
Exactly. There it is.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Okay, looks like we're there. Okay. Well, we have Miss Debbie. What is it, Bevel or Vital?
So my business name is Vital, and my personal name or my legal name is Bevel. So you see Vital on the screen with my
Yes.
business name. That is what I use for business. So feel free to address me.
As Vital?
That's fine.
Okay. You want me to address you that way? Vital, or you
Or
want me
you
to
could
address
just say
you?
Debbie.
Or Debbie?
Yes.
No, I gotta do some other stuff because people need to know what you're doing too and all that good stuff. This is not just
Okay.
this. You gotta like like okay, you'll go from here. Just listen. All right. Great day. Great day. All right. Good morning.
And grateful rising to you, sir. How are
Oh
you?
my gosh. Hold on. Let's try it again. Hold on. Let me see.
It's the real deal.
Did you
Help
hear
me.
anything?
Help me.
No. I want to use my stuff, but I ain't gonna do it. Hold on. I can. I think. I'm gonna try that today. All right. Good morning, Miss Debbie. How are you?
Grateful rising. I am amazing. How are you, sir?
I am outstanding. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yes, and all that.
And so. Okay. So you have been with the LCA forever. And you notice as we evolve, we have really become like, I look at it like, I never would think to say it was just a book club. The way I would address it was personal development, but it seems like when you look at it, it's just a book club that we read books every day and we get things out of it. So we had the opportunity this time to read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now see, my book is all messed up. It look like a Bible book. So, okay. You can tell it's been used though. That's the way it should look, really. But anyway, so I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions here. And just feel free. Just feel free to ask them however. I'm gonna ask you this first question. It's gonna be, what's your personal definition of financial freedom and how has it evolved over time?
So my personal definition of financial freedom, I would have to say, is the ability to choose what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. Financial freedom to me means the ability to have control over my finances and to choose those areas of independence that will allow me to increase that if I so desire. And yes, that is a desire of mine. So financial freedom means a lot. It can allow me the ability to move in spaces, to plan trips, to create other streams of income from that, to help other people, to live as a servant leader, to give cheerfully, to be able to support those things that I love, to be able to help someone in need. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
financial freedom is everything. And it's not necessarily having to do only with finances, because it can also come from a space of um, being an ear, being someone there for someone else, being able to impart knowledge. So someone may need something rather than me just giving that person something, right? So the old adage, show someone how to fish as opposed to giving someone that fish, right? Teaching them some of the concepts that I may know or have learned, teaching them how to do that. I heard earlier someone talk about wanting to take an income and realizing that triple fold, right? So having ways to increase income, having ways to generate multiple streams. So there's so much more to that. I hope
Yeah.
I've answered that in some way.
No, you're answering it. And again, like I said, just feel free. It's no right or wrong answer. When I ask these questions, people think it's a right or wrong. No, there ain't no right or wrong answer. Just tell me how you feel, and then it then asks you how does it. When it asked it asked the question of what's your personal right now definition and of financial freedom and how it evolved over time. So first and foremost, I think like this. I'm thinking, did we even hear about when you came out? Did you hear about financial freedom? Like, did your mom give you a choice to have here financial freedom or go to work? No, she said you do what she did. So we
Right,
had to do what they did. But now
right,
you're your own woman,
right,
and it's like how is it evolving over time or over just this book?
right.
You've learned so much since we've been reading this one book about the stuff in his philosophies. So no, ain't no right or wrong answer. That's a good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I've also, I'm sorry, there's a call coming in.
That's okay.
I've also been able to, one thing I like about this book is the fact that you're able to share it. Or, Robert Kiyosaki talks about sharing it with others. You've talked about
Mm,
sharing it with others. So it's important that as we gain this knowledge, as we go about, these readings and sharing our concepts and thoughts about it, that we also share with our family and friends.
yes.
I expressed my grandson becoming one, and I want to gift this book to him. He can't understand it right now, but it's something that I will teach him. I wasn't able to teach actually my children did have this book. I have to say that their dad got this book for them.
Mm,
I don't know how much. I don't recall us as a family spending time in it, but they did have that book in their lives. But looking at it now, right, 20,
mm-hmm,
25 years later, there's
mm-hmm.
a whole movement attached to it, and one that I can happily say, I've at least gained some knowledge and some wisdom to be able to learn now what that financial independence means, like what it means to have, 7 streams of income, what it means to replace my income, because I come from that scenario of the poor dad, if you will, with the education piece,
Mm,
and listening to that. My mother listened to that. Go to school,
mm-hmm,
get a good
mm-hmm,
job, get an education.
mm-hmm.
That whole old lying adage that my children are not doing in this day and age. So there's just so much to take away from that. And sharing it with my grandson is going to be very different than having shared it with my children. I didn't know this type of language to
Mm.
speak to them about.
That's so good. That's so good. I mean, I like the way you just said, it's a learned behavior. And you say you're still doing it now. We've learned that through that, but thank God we can move forward. And now you'll see things that will allow you to move. And I think I understand that even better now today. how having this conversation. What's your most important lesson you've learned about managing your money, and how has it shaped your life decisions?
The most important lesson, I'd have to honestly say that I'm still learning those lessons. Something that is important, or that I've learned even before the book, I guess, within the LCA family, doing certain challenges brought a new awareness, a new level of awareness, and a new appreciation for money, understanding where it came from. The Richest Man in Babylon is one of my favorites. We have had many, many books, and certain things about that book make thy dwelling home. Like there's just so many things in it. And so learning how to take finances and it may not have worked the first time around, the 52-week challenge. So, successfully completing something like that, and the desire to do that again, to share that with family and friends, with my church community, and to see that again. I'm about to bring it up to them and say, hey, we need these
Yes.
funds for X, Y, and Z. Let's go about it in a challenge format. Let's do that. We've done that before. And so certainly learning, to unlearn some of those things that I went to school for, the degrees that I received, studying business. That was what my master's was in. Didn't always talk about financial literacy. It's the things that came after that. It's developing a mindset to become an entrepreneur and to set sail on my own path, to do something that I can enable others and help others to do, that I'm still doing. I've been at it for a while. So I'm just grateful that I'm still here and still providing, and getting better at creating other ideas for adventure, for travel, for people to step outside of their comfort zone. So it's phenomenal. And yeah, like I said, I'm still learning.
And that's good though. At the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand. It says it's like love yourself,
Yes,
but then also take accountability for yourself too.
absolutely.
Because the more account you take for yourself, guess what? Your life is being shaped simply by taking the account of, like, oh man, okay, let's do this. And your life can just change. So I thank you for that. Okay.
Absolutely.
So how do you balance taking calculated risks versus playing it safe when it comes to financial opportunities?
So playing it safe was probably something that I've spent most of my time doing,
Okay.
being pretty cautious, not so much cynical, but I think that came up in a recent class. Skeptical, I think might be the word, but always ready to look at something and see that this could be of value, creating value in earning an income. And spending a lot of time and money to see that come to fruition, right? So when I think about what I want to invest in, or the past investments that I've had, it can get very exciting for me. In the beginning, it's very, very exciting. Oh, this is great. And, I'll keep at it and keep doing it and share with others. Even, thinking back to network marketing, where some of the greatest concepts I've heard in my life came from, and met some of the most wonderful people from different platforms like that. So risk now, I'm still careful. I'm still cautious, but I'm open. And I think that is where the wealth lies. If you're open to receiving information, or receiving a platform that can earn, has the potential to earn finances for myself and others, why wouldn't I take a look at that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's good. So, can you share a moment when a mentor or a pivotal book changed your perspective on wealth building?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
Funny.
I can think of a moment. Actually, I came across a picture I have to share with you. Wow, this must have been at an event in New Jersey, and Just thinking back, like you said, I've been with L.C.A. for quite a while. So being around you, being in your company, going to meetings with you, going to events with you, um, inviting people to events, just, there's the charisma. It's just a wonderful thing to be around you, to be in your presence, to have that type of knowledge and be joyful about it. Right. So there's a lot that I've learned from you. I think when I came to this platform, I think I shared with you, I smoked a cigarette or two, and I had to let that. It was like, what am I still smoking this for? What am I smoking cigarettes for? So, and that's just a small, I guess that not so much small, but it was an area of my life that I wasn't necessarily proud of. And so, you would have events. I remember around election time, vote for yourself. I remember the room, the boom boom room. I can remember New Year's Eve and having, platforms like it was phenomenal.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people came out, the cruises, the cabin trips. So, definitely you've been a pivotal person in my life too, just, and still be here all these years. Books that we've read, books that we've shared, journeys that we've been on, other stories, listening to, other people who have talked about, their journey. So it's wonderful. And the books, my goodness, I can go on and on about the books.
Exactly.
I'm
Yes,
looking at
yes,
all of them.
yes.
So, it's personal development. It's taking accountability for our actions. It's books. It is much more than a book club. It's a way of life. That's why we keep
Oh my.
coming back.
Wow.
We keep coming back because there's still some development that needs to be happening. I'm different than I was when I first came to this group.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm very different than when I first came to this group. And it's just in ways that the thinking, the thought process, how I think about certain things, and how I think about money, excuse me, how I think about working right now. I still do work outside of the home, or actually, I work from the home. So that's just a nice thing to say. There was a time where I was getting up in the office at 6:30 a.m. I don't do that.
Come
I still
on.
work, but I work from home now. So, yeah, I am a different person than I was back in
That's
2015.
huge. I think that's huge. But we gotta be thankful for it today, right? Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ah,
Absolutely.
if you could give one piece of financial advice to your younger self, what would it be and why?
It would be to invest more, sooner, faster. Um, my younger self was adamant about working and education. One didn't happen without the other. So, as someone at a young age who went to undergrad full time and worked full time, um, it was important for me to have that dynamic simultaneously. Um, so, the money that I earned, had I been around, people like yourself, I was involved early. That was my first network marketing experience, the Dick Gregory Bahamian Diet. And so, being around entrepreneurs at an early age and learning Ali Yassin on the boat ride and meeting,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Woo.
These were dynamic people, but I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah,
them very well at the time.
yeah.
I know people who knew people who knew people. But having been around that at an early age and having that exposure. And so when I say the money that I earned, investing sooner, investing faster, creating more wealth, understanding, having studied more about wealth principles, that's what I would say to my younger self.
Ooh, that is so, so good, Debbie. I really, really appreciate you on this day. So I'm gonna just give you a bam to go home with this weekend. You ready for it?
I
If
am.
you suddenly had financial freedom, what's the first thing you do with your time?
The
If
first thing I would do with my time is to pray for guidance, because I would want that time spent with what my Lord and Savior would want me to do. I would have to go to Him first and give thanks for this time that I have now, and have Him tell me what I need to do, and it would be done. So I see helping others. I see that person who is cheerfully giving. And I have to just look to him for that guidance so that I could increase it. Yeah.
What's
Servant
a
leader, servant leadership.
there it is. There it is. Servant leadership. What's a small habit you think could make a big difference in someone's financial structure?
A small habit.
Small habit.
Small habit. Make a difference. Checking your accounts every day.
Okay.
Took me a while to do that. And I learned that it's and I worked in banking institutions and insurance companies, and I remember someone saying they check their account. Why are they checking their account every day? But I do that now, checking every account every day. And I think you talked about that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's it's small, I can go on, you could do that electronically, right? So I think that is something that can impact someone over time, just learning and being
Absolutely.
knowledgeable about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Wow. Well, you've done a great job today. Is there anything you want to ask me?
I do. I do. Well, actually, I just want to comment. I want to thank you. I know we've talked about coming together on a platform like this quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing called JOB got in the way.
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
working or just,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can't even blame it on that. I won't even blame. Let me retract that. I just want to say thank you for this space and thank you for what you do. And I love what you are doing with the games that you've talked about. Looking forward to seeing that come up. I love that you have this creativity and this charisma and you bring it with such joy and it's a great platform and it can cause some people to come out of their comfort zone because I'm not
Exactly.
one to come on camera all the time.
Right.
I don't know
Right.
why.
Right.
I have
Right.
to been asked to you gotta do more videos, you gotta go
Right.
online, you
Right.
gotta go
Right. Right.
live.
Right.
Huh?
Right. Right.
And so it does
Yeah.
add more traction. People will follow, people will look, you'll get more, I understand that even in my line of business, it's just something that, people see you, people kind of see what you're doing. So getting out of that comfort zone, I'm kind of like, what is it? Can't be a solopreneur. You can't, do these things all on your own. I'm not one to really talk a lot about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do. It's the action part, right? So you'll see. And I just thank you for this. I thank you for doing
That's
this. And I
beautiful.
look forward to other platforms that you're sharing with other people. Continue doing what you're
Absolutely.
doing. You're
Yes. Yes.
phenomenal.
Well, well, thank you very much, Miss Debbie. You know you're my
You're welcome.
favorite, right? You know you're my fave. You one of my fave. You're that
How
zip.
many favorites do
Yeah,
you have?
I love Miss Debbie. So I love you. Thank you so much for the compliment, and I thank you for your time most of
Thank
all
you. Thank you
to
so
make
much for
this a
having me.
success. All right. Have a
God
great
bless you. Love you
weekend.
guys.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye-bye.